Friday.
Good evening, John.
How you doing?
Another Friday night. Doing great.
Good. Yeah, we are doing great. It's a beautiful day outside. Got a little sunny out there for us.
For sure.
You know, it's Friday, and a lot's going on, right?
Yep.
Lots.
A lot of sports.
Tons.
A lot of action.
A lot of action.
Weekend, so.
Yes, lots of action. Let's say hello to everybody, though. Robin, hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello, Robin.
Wade is busy. But we're gonna say hi. He don't. There
Hello,
you go.
Wade.
Wade's really busy today, so we're gonna let Wade join whenever he feels like it. Whenever he wants, he can just yell out. It's fine. We don't care. Because he's got a mic, and he's the guy. He could shut us down right now.
If he wanted
He's
to.
got the button. Yeah.
He's the boss man. So.
Yeah, we'd be out. I think it wouldn't be the first time. You know, when I was at WJJL, I was doing a show, and you know how it goes over there. So we were doing the show. I had some conservative guy, Republican conservative from the Niagara County, and the show ends, and the owner comes walking in, and says to me, "Give me your keys." And I said, "What? What do you mean?" He goes, "You're done." He said, "That's it." He goes, "Get out. You're done." Said it. Just said, "Get out."
Wow.
He goes, "You're done. You're not worth the aggravation anymore. Get out." And that was it. And I was gone. I lost all my advertising. I was thrown out right onto Portage Road.
Jesus.
It wasn't that bad, though, because really,
Yeah.
I could yell out the window at home and more people hear me, so it was fine.
That's
So,
for sure.
so now Wade could very easily, right now, tell me, get out on the boulevard. Just go.
Yeah.
You pain in the ass. But no, we're all right. How's it going, Robin? What's going on over there?
Going well.
Yeah?
Going well.
We're going to have fun today. It's just sports,
Yeah.
and we love it, right?
Love sports.
Watched it all last night. We
it
watched
all,
everything.
I admit I was finishing a good book. So.
Right. But I watched it all.
Yeah.
John watched it. I
Oh, yes.
watched every minute of
Sports to
every
me.
game.
Sports to me makes me forget about everything else.
Yeah, it's like a it can almost be like how some people act towards church. You know?
Yeah.
For me it is. It always has been. When I was a kid, that's what made me,
Yeah.
hockey night in Canada, whatever it might be.
Right.
That was my
It's like a little vacation, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
yeah, no matter
Put
what's
your
wrong.
worries to rest. And,
Yeah, that's why I like it. That's why I like when sports just sticks to sports and we can,
For sure.
all of it. I mean, I've enjoyed. We got to get into this. I mean, I'm talking really nice for somebody who, not too long ago, was ready to have a major sports tantrum when the Maple Leafs blew that three games to one lead. We got to talk about it because it's huge. I mean, last time we were here, the Leafs were. I think they had a 3-1 lead. I think they all collapsed since we've come back on the air.
They thought it was over. They were going to advance to the next round, and
well, Carey Price said no.
no.
Carey Price is the one who said no to them, and the thing is, we were just talking about this off the air about the Maple Leafs. You got like $42 million tied into 4 guys. That'd be Tavares, Matthews, Marner, and Nylander. And they thought the cap was going to go up, which it would have, but COVID, basically the cap's just staying stagnant.
Yeah.
It's not moving. They're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to have about $12 million for 10 players. And I don't know where they come from.
I think somebody's got to go.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's going to do them any favors, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they let's say they traded Marner to the Sabres. Let's just say they're going to want you to take Skinner back.
Yeah.
And that contract's horrible. And he's a
one
bum.
of the worst ones. Yeah.
But that's what they're going to say. You're not going to just give me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a break and give you guys.
They want to trade up for the same price.
Definitely. I mean, the Leafs would be lucky, I guess, to save $2 million. But I think at this point in time in the NHL, with the way the cap is stagnant, I don't think there's any way to get your value.
No.
That's why Jack Eichel is a scary one for the Sabres.
Oh, exactly. I mean, that's gonna haunt them for a long time.
Again, for them though, even the cap, it hurts
that
it didn't go up. The Pakulas have money to spend.
You got the money, but you got to give up to get a lot. That old saying there. It's like, I don't know.
Well, here's what I think.
If he's worth that kind of money, what they're talking.
If they don't let him get that surgery, though, then he's damaged goods.
Yeah.
And if you're going to try to trade him, it's going to be tough. You know, you want to get, like, if you trade Eichel, right? If you say to the, it can't be the Maple Leafs. It would have to be a team like the Rangers, a team that has, like that number 1 pick for the Rangers, Lafreniere.
Well,
type,
Rangers. I've been hearing a lot of the Kings and the Anaheim Ducks.
Watch out for San Jose too.
Yeah, teams out there. They got money to spend.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, San Jose and the Maple Leafs are very similar.
Yeah.
Remember, San Jose used to be a 100-point team. They'd win President trophies. They'd do everything, and they couldn't win. They couldn't even get out in the first round.
Yeah, to be out in the first round like every year.
And with all the talent. And who's on that team? Joe Thornton. And Patrick Marleau, who the Leafs have had in consecutive 2 seasons.
And
isn't that weird?
And it comes to Toronto, and it happens to him again.
But that's what he's done his whole and they were there to teach them how to win. So maybe, and I'm not saying those guys are great players. They're going to be Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
But they couldn't win themselves.
Yeah.
And they had goaltending, Nabokov back then. You had everything happening.
They had some great goaltending there.
And they would always slip up.
And some solid defensemen there, too.
Yes, that I can't even remember anymore who was there. But you're right. I mean, so anyways, with the Leafs, Wade, do you have the Carey Price thing? I want to show the people. Check this out. This is a nightmare. You'll see the save.
Both his teammates there.
This is like a 10-alarm fire.
Going after it with Kerfoot. You saw Campbell fight in his crease. Now a quick little transition.
A quick pass,
which is hard to handle for Edmondson. Now you got a 2-on-1. One pass right back on the doorstep, and Marner got all that one. Look, he went down on one knee, got down on that bottom hand to make sure he got enough of it. But Carey Price sliding across was able to keep the block.
It's going to overtime now, and the Leafs lose 2-1 in overtime. You know, they were up 3-1. Game 5 goes to overtime. The Maple Leafs outshoot them 15-2, and they lose.
That save turned that whole game, the whole series around.
That save and Tavares hit was all in one game. Tavares getting knocked out, that save. The Maple Leafs are home, and they haven't won a playoff series in 7 years, so you got a real issue going on there because you got guys that have to be ready to win, right? I mean,
all the time. That's what it's all about.
Edmonton's in the same boat with Connor McDavid. He got swept. McDavid and Draisaitl, you know, swept out the door.
And he's a free agent too, I think.
Who is? Draisaitl?
No, I thought McDavid's.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's right.
Now, if he was, all hell would be. But could you imagine? Holy cow! They talk about the bidding war. I don't know how you'd even be able to pay him.
That's what am I thinking? I'm thinking of the other guy.
Yeah, if he would.
Eichel.
Well, Eichel, how much? He's got about. Still got what? Probably like 4 or 5 years left on that deal.
Yeah, and they just want to send him somewhere. They've been talking Calgary to get that rivalry going with the number 1 and 2 picks.
Well, if
it makes sense, I mean.
Well, Eichel though. If you look at him now, at some point he's going to be cap friendly.
Yeah.
Like it's actually not even going to be a bad contract if he's at 10 million or 9, whatever. I don't even know what he is. Is he 10 or 9 now? Is he 10?
He's 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at some point that'll be, you know, everyone that you talk to, and I was listening to some people, you know, out of Buffalo that show, and Craig Rivet and all them guys, and they were, I mean, he's elite.
Yeah.
He is an elite center. He's probably. He is. He really is. But he's got to get healthy.
Yeah, like a team like the Rangers, I guess they turned him down for some reason. Maybe it's early yet. Maybe they're going to wait.
They don't. You know what? This injury is a problem. If he's not going to play, then how can you take him? And I think the Sabres are being foolish.
Yeah. So how do you know if he doesn't sit out a year? You just don't know right now. He could sit out a whole year.
Right.
We know all too well how nagging back and neck injuries can be. So, I mean, this isn't the kind of injury that there's a sure outcome to.
Well, the Sabres do have a point here, though, and there's no hockey player that has ever had the surgery that Eichel is going to take. So there's no, like, you know what I mean, track record.
Right.
But still, if he's not going to play with this injury, then he will just be dead cap space in the Sabres. He can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying is, like, when you're trying to deal him here coming up at the draft, I just don't know how you can get it done if he's not. I mean, maybe the team says, okay, go have surgery, and then everyone will be happy.
There's another thing
9
going
months,
on.
though.
Yeah, there's another thing going on. He's rehabbing down in Florida, so
Yeah.
Who knows if he gets to know the Panthers or somebody like that and end up there.
Think about this, though, guys. How about the fact that he's a human being? Let's talk first, right? And because he's owned by the Sabres at $10 million a year, he can't do what he needs to do to make himself feel healthy. Think about it.
Yeah.
He can't do it. If he were to go and do that right now and say, screw it, the Sabres will avoid him. That'd be it. Contract over, goodbye. And that's $10 million. Who's going to walk away from it?
Right.
So it's kind of nuts when you think of it that way. I wonder how the union treats this, the NHL. You know, they don't have much power right now, I think, because of the cap situation.
I think he's, 25 years old,
That's
too.
it.
I mean, he's got a lot of years. He could play another 10 years easily.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just, you think about it, he cannot choose.
That's what he's looking for, too.
And he can't choose. It's not his choice. Well, it is his choice. Well, he could. He's free to, but, then it's... I mean, does he do that? Maybe he does.
Yeah.
Maybe he says, screw it, I'll just go. He'll get the same money when he's healthy.
Yeah.
It's an interesting situation, and I heard Taylor Hall. I didn't hear him. I was reading Taylor Hall talking about his time in Buffalo, and he didn't really have anything bad to say. His biggest thing was he felt like it was like communication-wise.
Yeah.
Between
the front office and the players and.
Yeah. And I do agree with them, though, John, that COVID situation did hurt them.
Yes.
When they had remember they had that COVID outbreak?
Right at the beginning there, and they lost a lot of games.
Yes, and it was kind of...
Probably 7 or 8 games they lost.
Yeah, because they didn't start the season that bad when they first came out of the gate. I mean, okay.
They're
in the
4 or 5-1, if I remember.
And then all of a sudden the wheels come off. They lose like 10 in a row or something crazy. So yeah, that's our Buffalo Sabres talk, because you got they won we might as well say it now. They got the number 1 pick in the draft. Sadly, and look, I'm a Leafs fan, so I can't make fun of anybody, but sadly the Sabres don't have there's not a big talent there. Like there's no McDavid sitting there or Matthews.
They're talking defenseman, the kid from Michigan.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a great name. This is a great name. Wade's son has the best name for a player in any sport.
No doubt, in my mind.
Quarterback, Atlas, it's outstanding. Van Valken. Oh, that's right. I forgot him. Yeah. All right, man. He could be a goal, whatever he wants to do. It's the greatest name ever. This guy's name is Owen Power. It's a good name. Last name Power, but he's your 6'6" defenseman from Michigan. And number 2 is Luke Hughes, under 18, USA developmental. And I would imagine the Sabres just go with Power.
Oh, no doubt.
And just let him, whatever he is, he is.
You got to start off with defensemen. That's where you want to build your team.
If you can just let him be you know what? It'll be a victory if he's a 10-year guy that you can just count on. Doesn't matter, either way. Just because, I don't know, man. Do they trade out of the first pick? I've heard some rumblings.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
I just don't know, due to the fact that it is what it is. I mean...
Who was the defender they got a couple years ago?
They got Risto.
Early in the draft.
Dahlin.
He's playing well.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's good.
They do have good young players. I mean, when you think about that other guy, Cousins, Dahlin.
They're all young guys, and
they have a
they're
good
up and coming.
Even that Thompson, whatever.
Tage Thompson.
He looks good. There's young. There's promise. They need goaltending, of course.
We got Casey Middlestat.
Maybe he'll come around, because
he started to it towards the end of the year. And
I don't think the coach is as good as everyone thinks.
No.
He was 6-19, and they went crazy here thinking he was gonna, he was Jack Adams or Hap Day reincarnated, and he was 6-19, and it was only because the last time with the soccer coach, he was so boring that it was killing people.
Granato got them playing a lot better.
At least it was exciting.
Yeah,
you could watch it.
You could watch it again.
The other guy had the team very boring and not winning games. So when you're going to be the New Jersey Devils of the 90s,
pulling your goalies with 4 minutes left, I said, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, no.
Who does that?
I don't even know. This is what makes me say something about the football team, the Bills. I think sometimes a broken clock, is right. What's that, once or twice a day or whatever. And sometimes you wonder, did they just fall on those guys because they don't show any sign of being able to pick people.
Yeah.
And good for them. They certainly did. They found 2 guys for the football side that are outstanding.
They got it right.
Yeah.
I mean, they got it right on that side.
Yeah. And they got to do it on the hockey side. But I think the hockey side, we've said this a million times. Let's say Mike Babcock, because you see him on NBC all the time. Let's say he comes in not to coach, but to be the president of hockey operations.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
That's a good idea, right? Maybe it's passed him by coaching, because he did have a problem in Toronto that was kind of messed up, what he did to the players. So, but he obviously knows talent.
Oh, yes.
And you know what? You could even keep Granato there if you have Babcock, I think, or a guy like that as a hockey operations guy.
Right.
Because he'll be able to say, okay, I mean, right now, who's making the call? Kevin Adams? I mean, no disrespect,
Yeah,
but
you make Granato like an assistant.
Yeah.
To the head coach, or
Well, think of the head coaches. There's going to be. Well, I don't think Tortorella works in Buffalo.
No,
I just don't. I don't think I don't know where he works, but I don't think it's Buffalo.
I think Boudreaux's coming here. That's my gut feeling.
That's a good one because he is really good with young players, and I would have. You know where he begged was to be the Maple Leafs head coach because he played for the Maple Leafs. And I actually remember seeing him play for the Maple Leafs. He was just like a third-line center, but he was good. You know, he was all right.
I got Boudreaux, and they got Brendan Moore second because him and Adams played together.
If Brendan Moore
and they're good friends.
If Carolina allows that to happen, they should probably quit.
Yeah.
If they let Brendan Moore leave, because he's there, he is that franchise,
Right.
and he's a very good coach, and he's got them right now. I mean, we can talk
Playing
about that.
great.
We can talk about that series real quick. As Carolina is playing Tampa Bay last night, it was a big win because Carolina. It was 2-0, and Carolina now in overtime with a goal by Sebastian Aho. It was a big win because it's 2-1 now. The next game is going to be huge.
Oh, but
that's
going to be a really big game there. So
goals scored by in Tampa, Braden Point. What a good hockey player, and Killhorn. 2 goals by Aho, and another good defenseman, man, who Brent Presh. He's really good, and I've always heard his name around every team. Teams wanting him, but Carolina. Yeah, and they went with Mrazek too last night in net.
Sneak away with these good players and goalies all the time. It's like I don't know how they do it.
You know what's funny? I've been enjoying, even with the Leafs being knocked out, I've been enjoying the Islanders series. I've enjoyed the Winnipeg series, kind of, sort of. I don't even know what I'm seeing there, but there's something, and the Vegas. There's something about Carolina, Tampa that just is interesting me. I don't know if it's because they're down south. I don't know if it's just because I feel like there's something about it that doesn't.
It's probably because
resonate.
we're up here in the Northeast and we see more Northeast teams. So.
And it's nice to see the Islanders Bruins, just the logo. I mean, you know what I mean? That's such a right. You know what I mean?
And their arenas filled with fans again too. So
Carolina's filled. It was loud down there.
Oh yeah,
it was loud in New York too.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Last night, it was great.
It was rocking.
So you have Carolina, like I said, and they probably, I didn't have it written down, but I'm sure they must play tomorrow night. Let's talk real quick about the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets. Game 1, this is a huge, it's funny because Game 1 in Toronto series was a big deal.
Yes, sir.
Because they knocked out Tavares. It was a big deal. Unbelievably, Montreal wins Game 1 5-3, and Scheifele knocks himself out by hitting Jake Evans for 4 games, and Scheifele's their best player.
Right.
I mean, Scheifele's good. They're gonna. I mean, they have, I think, like that Dubois, Jean-Luc Dubois. I mean, they're a good team.
Yep.
Kyle Connor, Dubois, Wheeler, Ehlers. We're gonna miss Scheifele.
Yeah.
The big center.
I could see Montreal be a surprise team by just be knocking out Toronto, and they could probably end up in the semis.
Yeah. This is a big game. I mean, Game 2. If you think about it, they win this one. I think they're going to win the series.
Yeah, it'll be over in 5 at least.
Maybe a sweep.
Yep.
But I got to tell you this, though, the goaltending in Winnipeg. Hellebuck is good. I mean, I think he probably...
He's been good for a while, too.
I think that game might be tonight. I hope it is, because I'm dying to see... It was funny. I don't know if you saw the defenseman Edmondson for Montreal before he knew that Scheifele was suspended. He said, they asked him about it, and he said, well, we're going to make his life hell on the ice. And so we won't see Scheifele unless we get to a Game 6.
I think it's at 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be good. I'm actually really looking forward to that one tonight. So you have the Montreal Canadiens up 1-0. Geez. And you know, the North Division, we were talking about Soundway here, John, Robin. It was really kind of a weird division. The Leafs led it from beginning to end.
Yes, sir.
Without even really any... Edmonton got a little close, but the Leafs they were up by 10, 12. I mean, you think about it, they were 18 points better than Montreal this year. At one point, Montreal almost overtook Winnipeg.
Winnipeg, yeah.
Because Winnipeg was closer to the Leafs. They started falling.
Got in that little slump towards the end of the season there.
And Montreal.
And Montreal's like out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm going to quote someone for you that you guys like, Don Cherry, and he said the reason why the Leafs lose is because they were coasting all year, and Montreal had to fight to get in. So they're coming in, you know, playing for their lives right off for the last 3 weeks of the season. And obviously the Maple Leafs are trying not to get hurt.
Yep.
I couldn't agree more.
So
That's absolutely how I saw the series.
Yes.
if I had the video, I don't. It's my fault. I wish I did. There's a video in that, and I'm a big Austin Matthews fan, and I believe he's going to be probably be the best American-born player ever.
Ever.
Yes, and he may be one of the better Maple Leafs ever. But there's a point, I don't know if you saw this, there's a point in game maybe 2 or 3, maybe game 3 in Montreal, I can't remember, 2 or 3, where he's behind the net, right? And at Edmondson, the whistle's blowing, but there's a scrum. They're grabbing him from behind, and he's smiling. And when I saw it, I thought, like, what the hell's he doing? I mean, you know, like, what do you can't be that kind of, that was an arrogant look. And the funny thing is, Don Cherry, his fifth reason why he knew the Leafs were going to lose was because of that smile.
Oh, yeah.
He said that was it. When he saw that, he said, they're done.
Game over.
Because you're not taking it seriously.
No, not at all.
You think you're so talented that it's just going to happen.
Right. Well, you saw that because they let themselves get down.
Yeah. 3-0.
3-0.
3-0,
and
2-0.
Continually had the power to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Send it to overtime.
Games 5 and 6.
But they just can't. And game 1 too.
Game 1. Well, game 1, it 1-1. It ended 2-1. Game 1. Leafs lost 2-1.
Right? Didn't they lose an overtime?
No, that was a shorthanded goal.
Shorthanded
goal.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been Jake Evans, the guy who was
Evans,
down.
yeah.
But games 5 and 6,
They were down 3-0.
3-0.
And came back in the third to tie it. Down 2-0, come back and tie it. The game that they come back but the game that they come back when it was 3-0. Remember how the overtime starts. They outshot them 15-2. The first shot on net goes in by Montreal. The Leafs are hitting goalposts, crossbars, and they couldn't end them. You knew though after game 5 it was trouble.
Right.
Because you know what's coming.
I said last week on the show that if they didn't win game 6, they were going to lose game 7.
Right. Yeah.
Watched the last 2 games. How did their defense?
Leafs? No, their defense was fine.
The
problem was, they did well. The goalie was good. It was they just couldn't put the puck in the net. A team that has all that scoring, $40 million tied into 4 guys, and they couldn't. Well, one of them was knocked out, Tavares, but they couldn't put the puck in the net. They're getting shut out, and the sad thing, the thing that kind of bothered me is I'm listening to the year-end stuff over there, and you hear Mitch Marner say, pretty much like, I was there, I was in the right spots. It just didn't go in. And
it was almost like they're playing trap hockey.
So the Leafs just blew it, and they have no one to blame but themselves and Carey Price because he's awfully good.
Hopefully they'll learn from it and they'll be much better for it.
Here's something funny though. Out of all the top 10 highest paid players are all eliminated except one, and it's Carey Price. They're all gone.
And he's on a mission. I hate to say that.
But think about that. McDavid, obviously Eichel's gone. Matthews, Marner, Draisaitl, Tavares, go down the list. They're all gone. Sidney Crosby, Malkin. And remember, don't forget about them. Ovechkin. They were those two. There's another group of really skilled gone.
And Price was his career was almost over 2 years ago with that injury. It's like,
well, last year he had a great playoff. Remember when he surprised the Penguins? So that's one thing the Maple Leafs can look at, though. There's a lot of good teams that had to learn how to win, I guess.
A lot of teams that learn how to lose.
Yeah, right. Right. Learn how to lose. That's a good point. Because if you learn how to lose, I think that's how you learn how to win.
Yep.
Right.
Could you turn it into something? Yeah,
take
that's a
your
good
baby
point.
steps. Yeah.
That's a good point. All right, let's go on to the other series, and that would be the Boston. This is a great series, the Islanders Bruins. Last night, the Bruins win in overtime. Marchand with an incredible shot in the upper corner. Wasn't even deflected. Varlamov can't stop it. And he's a rat.
Yeah,
but sure I wish he was our rat. If he's on your team, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd
like him.
Sure would. And Barzal, Martin Barzal tied the game in the third period. Goes to overtime, and Marchand wins it. Craig Smith had the other goal for the Bruins. So it's 2-1 now. Boston ahead. Game 4 is in New York. So they split in Boston. Let's see if they split in New York and go to Game 5. Pivotal Game 5. Well, actually, this is the pivotal game because if you go up 3-1, normally you close it out.
Basically.
Unless
even 2-1's tough.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So let's Jesus, what nightmares of Carey Price. What you know what? I've had nothing but ghosts since '78. I mean, '79 they get. I can't help this. It's kind of like therapy, but '79, John. The Leafs in '79 beat that Islanders team that was just starting to. Because they win 4 cups in a row, right, from '80 to '84. The Leafs knock them out. Lanny McDonald scores in overtime, and then Montreal just pummels the Leafs. I mean, but that was a great team. That's the Lafleur, Ken
then
Dryden.
the Islanders took over in the early '80s.
Yeah. So we've watched the Leafs. I can tell you every loss they've had in a playoffs since '79. I'm not going to do that to bore the crowd here or the people that are watching us, but and bore everyone to sleep. But I'll weep silently another time.
Another time we tell stories.
Yeah, because I can't get over it. I still can't get over that the Leafs are out. I got to tell you. It's a little much, man, and that's why I brought up '79.
I had him going all the way.
Oh God, that's why when I bring up '79, I keep bringing. I can't. They've done the impossible. This group of Maple Leafs were able to be the most ridiculously disappointing team ever. Think about what I'm saying.
And that's like 32 years ago. You're talking about too.
And you're telling me this was the worst. They lost in '99 to the Sabres in the conference final with Rob Ray scoring between his legs. Horrible. They lost to Carolina in the conference final, right? They lose to Wayne Gretzky, who they get screwed in the Great Western Forum with the high stick. Kerry Fraser, that pig. And '94, they lose to Pavel Bure.
One of my most hated refs.
With that hair. And Pavel Bure beats him in '94. And this one is the worst of all time because at least those ones, it was a fight. Like, it was like, oh, man, that sucks, Gretzky. You could blame somebody but yourself. Right. And this is the one. This is the one they did it, man.
Yeah.
All right, I got to get off of them because this could be a Maple Leaf show, and we're not in Toronto.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the next series. And real quick, I had this written down. You know who leads the league in scoring in the playoffs? Nathan MacKinnon. 8 goals, 13 points, 6 even strength goals.
He was almost bounced out of it.
There was a time, because Colorado didn't know how to win either. Victor Hedman leads in assists with 10, and your goaltending, of course. They had a lot
of young talent, and now it's all working there. And they're going to be a good team for quite a while. Yeah,
they really are. I mean, that's a good team. That's and I think in my mind it'll be Colorado-Tampa in the finals.
Yes.
But
2 teams with speed.
We'll see. The Vegas Knights play the Avs here in Game 3, and it's going to be a packed house in Las Vegas. It's going to be nuts there because they put on a show there. I don't know if you guys ever seen a game from Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. It's like there's people flipping around. It's like a
carnival atmosphere.
Oh, it's a carnival, all right, yeah. It's insane, but it's fun, I'm sure. But so that'll be a huge game, obviously. Yeah. The Leafs. Johnny Barr's about 100 years old. They
lowered him from
the rafters. It was Armed Forces Day.
Yeah.
This old man, unbelievable. Well, the one time the person dropped dead. That's how unlucky they are. Remember when they were coming out, the old man, he dropped dead, and they walk over him to do the. It was the most unbelievable thing I ever seen in my life. All right, please. The Vegas Golden Knights play the Avs. Vegas coach Peter DeBoer, who I like him, he used to be with San Jose, I think. Speaking of San Jose, he is very upset, saying that the referees are being tricked by embellishment by the Avalanche. So
I don't know. I can't buy that.
Right? Yeah. So Game 1, I didn't watch Game 1, but it was 7-1. Avalanche beat them 7-1. The next game was closer, 3-2, and I'm going to guess this game's going to be a good one.
Yes.
And they have, Vegas is good. I don't know if Ryan Reeves, though. It's unfortunate he's out. I think he's suspended for another game. But here's the funny thing about Vegas. And this is a guy who played for the Canadiens, so I didn't think it was that good. But Max Pacioretty has really found himself.
He's been very strong there.
There, yeah. And I think Robin Leonard is hurt.
Yes,
so,
he's hurt.
Because he played Game 1.
Yeah, he played good. He was solid. No,
he got his ass kicked 7-1. Yeah. No, you're right. No, you're right, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault. No. I know, I watched the goals.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so Marc-Andre Fleury.
I could see
and Grubauer.
A low-scoring game.
Yeah.
For this one here.
A lot of fighting. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of hitting. And that's going to happen in this Montreal-Winnipeg game. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, they're going to be like 2 long games. 3-hour games at least.
What do you think happens What do you think happens tonight in Montreal-Winnipeg? Who takes game 2?
I'm looking at Montreal. Like a 3-1 score there.
Robin?
I think Winnipeg ties it up.
Any thoughts, Wade, on Winnipeg-Montreal, game 2 in Winnipeg?
Montreal beating the Maple Leafs was huge for Montreal. They're on a boost, so I'm going to go with Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, really, the Leafs Canadians, like, it's Bears Packers, it's whatever you want. It's one of those rivalries, and I'm going to go with Winnipeg because I'm going to go with Hellebuck, and I'm going to go with the coach I like. Tell me his name, Robin. I'm having a moment. Paul Maurice. And so I'm going to go with Winnipeg. But all right, let's regroup because I've lost my mind here with hockey. Let's regroup. You know what we're going to talk about real fast, though, before we get into basketball? Because basketball's been great. I just want to let everyone know the Yankees-Red Sox are coming up this weekend.
That's a big series this weekend.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be nice to get some of the old rivalry back into that series? The old
This could be it. I think it's going to be a statement weekend for both teams. Yeah.
Well, tonight at 7 o'clock, it is Michael King for the Yankees. I'm sure this is just one of the. I hate these games. He's just an opener, and I hate openers. But they're going up against a Yankee bum, Nathan Eovaldi. He's pitching okay.
Might it be a pitching duel, like a 2-1 score?
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the Yankees are on again against the Red Sox. It is Talon against Eduardo Rodriguez. And Sunday Night Baseball, it's Domingo Germán against Garrett Richards. So
ESPN game.
ESPN game, that'll be fun. And I love Yankees Red Sox. It's like Leafs Canadians. I mean, it's that same thing.
Right.
Let's hope there's a little bit of
same atmosphere.
Yeah, and let's hope there's a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be.
That's what you want. And the people are in the stands, so what's funny? I always thought the games in Fenway were better than the games in Yankee Stadium. And I don't know if it's because Fenway's closer to the field. The stands are older.
Sound louder too.
It's always loud there. Yeah.
To sit down low in Yankee Stadium.
And
Yankee, they never pack them in because of the price.
But it's different now, though. Old Yankee Stadium was more like this, like straight down, like the Odd used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you're further away.
It's like the fans are a part of the game. And that's how the old Odd was.
Oh yeah, and that's like Fenway Park. But if you're watching the Yankees right now, you're watching them play the Red Sox. Here's a guy in the fourth row getting lobster tails.
Right.
With champagne. I've seen it. You've seen it. They come out with a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And a nice tiramisu or something. And instead at Fenway Park, you're packed in having a hot dog.
Right.
So it's a different crowd, of course, but It'll be good. I look forward to that too. There's just so much. But let's go to the NBA for a little bit.
Sure.
One thing I want to talk about the NBA is the fans. They've been out of control. There's a couple situations where Trae Young got spit on at Madison Square Garden.
Got a popcorn shower.
Yes, and Whatchacall almost got the bottle off his head.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. Now Kyrie Irving, he didn't deserve a bottle off his head. Did you see what he did though to the little leprechaun there when he stepped on his face?
Yeah.
After they won, he went to center. He did like a kind of Terrell Owens moment.
Little dance there.
Yeah. So all right, he did that. But here's the worst of them all. Jay Morant's father. Memphis was playing Utah, and in Utah, I won't even say what it was, but there was he says it. You can find it. What was said to him, Morant's father. It was racially motivated stuff. And his wife was sexually harassed in the crowd. And so when that was all going on, the Jazz did a nice thing though. I guess they really helped these people out, made them secure, got them somewhere else. So it was funny because the father, they got eliminated, I think 4 straight by Utah.
Yeah.
And Morant's father says he's going to root for Utah now because of how he was treated and how they quickly got these people out of the building and all that stuff. So, but the fans been out of control in the NBA.
Yes, they have.
We heard Shaq talking about the other night and Barkley and all that, and
it was to be expected though. I mean,
you'd think they would. Barkley said something though because he was getting mad because I forgot who it was who was saying they're like wild animals and all that, the crowd, and he said something like there's been idiots forever in the crowd since the 80s. He said he played in Auburn.
Yeah.
Back then, he was, you want to hear racial slurs. He said, but you can't paint them all that way. You got one guy. You got a couple of guys. There's 10,000, 12,000 people that are behaving. And one idiot decides to throw a bottle.
Sometimes there's 4 or 5 people. It's like,
yeah. So but the NBA, it seems like the Utah Jazz did what they had to do. And Utah did beat them 4-1.
Yeah.
And Utah is waiting for the winner of tonight's game, which is the LA Clippers and the Mavericks. It's Game 6 tonight at 9 p.m., and I believe the Mavs are up 3-2.
I'm looking at the Clippers winning this one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Go to Game 7?
Make it a Game 7. And
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, man, Luka Doncic is probably... He's got to be the MVP of this league.
Oh yes.
You got to see the shot. It was like Globetrotters the other night. He came down, did a circle in the key dribbling, went out to 3-point, and just shot a fadeaway from top of the key 3-pointer.
Like, no problem. I got this. Like, everybody sit back and watch.
Yeah. The guy's been hurt with his shoulder issues, but he had 42 points the other day, and last game had 14 assists. To me, he's MVP, but we'll be talking about someone else with the Nuggets, who is awfully good. But anyways, that's tonight. The Clippers against the Mavs, 9 p.m. You're looking at the Clippers going to Game 7.
Yes.
These games have been close. Game 5 is a 5-point win by the Mavs. I'd have to say I'm probably leaning towards Kawhi Leonard maybe winning this one, and going to Game 7. But then I think the Mavericks win. I think Doncic wins.
Yes.
Any thoughts, guys, out there on that?
The Mavs close it out.
Think they close it out. Have you seen Luka Doncic play at all? Have you gotten to see any highlights? Isn't he incredible? He's unreal. I mean, it's...
I'm liking the Clippers in the series, though.
Yeah. Next two. I mean, Doncic, though, my God, it's...
Clippers got the outside shooting. So.
This kid, though... Now, who's he got? Now, here's the funny thing. It's Doncic and 2 Knicks. Porzingis and Hardaway Jr. So, yeah, I mean...
So mad when they got rid of
Hardaway Jr., yeah.
Yeah.
But you think, though, but you're right. I mean, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George beats, I guess, Doncic and those two. I just never seen anyone play like this guy, Doncic. I got to tell you, I've never seen the just... I mean, he's shooting from everywhere and anywhere. I think he's better than... why am I forgetting his name? It's a shame, from Golden State, the guy, Steph Curry. I think he's better than him. I think it's... I really do. I mean, this guy, to me, is the best player I've seen in a decade.
Like a forgotten man all of a sudden. Like,
yeah. Yeah, well, the Golden State. Think about it. Klay Thompson hasn't played in like 2 years. over that injury. We haven't seen him. I don't know what it even looks like.
Is he ever going to come back? Or?
Right. Yeah. So, okay, that's the Mavs tonight. That'll be good, you know. But let's talk about something last night. And we have some... I'll ask Wade shortly here to bring it up. But let's talk about this first. That Phoenix game last night...
It was off the charts.
Was outstanding.
Yeah.
That guy, another one, Devin Booker, 33 points and 7 3-pointers at first half. I mean, look at some of this video we got here. I mean, look at this kid. I mean, this is...
To their success.
He was dominant. And he's averaging 30 almost.
18 and 9, you see us in game 4.
And, you know, so they knock out
Williams trusts his guys.
And the injured, not LeBron James, but injured. Of course, that hurts. But I don't even know if it would have mattered. I don't know. With the way Ayton's been playing, the big guy in the middle, I watched the game when they beat him with Davis in the lineup.
The Lakers are just scratching their heads like they don't know what to do there. It's like...
Yeah. Well, look at the guys that were around LeBron, though.
Yeah.
My goodness. Gasol, and all those guys. I mean, it was tough for him to...
Shot right there is like amazing there. It's like, wow.
Yeah, and they got CP3 there, too. So, and he had a hell of a fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, LeBron James, for the first time, he was 14-0 all-time in first rounds, gets knocked out.
Gets knocked out.
If Chris Paul can stay healthy, I think they could really go far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, both, by the way, teams that were in the finals last year are knocked out. Miami and the Lakers are gone. LeBron did have 29 points last night. There was a point in that game in the middle of the second quarter. I wrote it down. The score was 46-18. At one point, the Suns were up.
It was basically over.
LeBron might have had his points, but I thought he was not
tough
a
game.
factor.
No, not at all.
I just don't think he could be. I mean, what was he going to... I don't know. I'm going to stick up for him a little bit. I don't know if Michael Jordan wins with that group that was on the floor with the Lakers. I don't know if anyone, Kobe Bryant, I don't care who
I still don't like the idea of him walking off the court like he did again.
You know, we saw a play when he got fouled. It should have been a foul, but they didn't call it. Yeah. And he sat there. He never came down the court to play defense, so it was 5-on-4. He was still talking to the ref when they came back.
The whole team's down
He
there.
shot the ball and continued to argue, and it was still 5-on-4. And what's the coach going to do? Nothing, because it's LeBron's team.
He owns it basically.
Right. Yeah. You're not. What are you doing to him? You're not sitting. You're not telling him to go sit down. So the Lakers are out. Booker with 47 points, and Chris Paul had a huge second half. It ends 113-100. And on go the Phoenix Suns to take on, I believe they're going to be playing the Denver Nuggets.
It's going to be a tough series there.
And the Nuggets last night knocked out the Portland Trail Blazers. That game ended 126-115. The game before was incredible. Lillard had Damian Lillard, another great young player, 55 points.
I still like Phoenix winning this series, also.
You think? You gotta like Jokic though. That big guy. I think he's second in MVP.
Yeah.
But this guy, another one. He's massive.
Yeah.
He's a bigger version of, it seems like, of Doncic.
Yeah.
You know.
It's gonna be all good basketball in the next round. It's gonna be hard.
Well, let's think.
It's gonna be hard to pick.
The Joker there had 9 points going into halftime, and he ends up with 36. At halftime, Portland led 68-61, I believe, and the Nuggets win the game. In the first half, it's funny. Jokic only had 9 points, but Michael Porter Jr. had 26 out of nowhere, so he kind of kept them in it. Yeah. And he didn't score again, by the way, in the second half, Michael Porter Jr., which is unbelievable. He didn't score another bucket, but
all frustrated and stuff there.
But they win the game.
Yep.
The Nuggets move on, and they don't usually move on, Denver.
No, they're usually out early.
Yeah, and isn't our guy there? Isn't that where Carmelo is?
Yes,
Carmelo
sir.
Anthony's there. He looked good the other. You were mentioning how he looked. You know, he was very serviceable.
Steady ball.
Off the bench, you can't beat it. It's like their sixth man. And
it could be a team that could go places.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're going to play them. They're going to play the Phoenix Suns. I think this is a series that is just, to me, going to go 7.
Yeah.
I don't know who wins. I don't know because
it's a toss-up to me.
There's so much going on. By the way, though, when you think of the NBA right now, think of the older players. You know, LeBron, the older stars.
Yeah, they're all like 38, 39.
These young kids, though, look at. We were just talking about the Doncic and Jokic and Lillard. Damian Lillard's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is the NBA right now is set up perfectly. I mean, Jay Morant, the guy for Atlanta that. Yes, him. I completely forgot about him.
A lot of young stars on
Trae
the
Young.
rise. Yeah.
I mean, these guys are below 25, and they're dominant. And so you got. It's actually going to be a better league, and this isn't because I don't like LeBron. I know how great he is. He's one of the greats. It'll actually be a better league when he's gone.
Yes.
Because then you're going to stop all of the what I hated happened to the NBA, which he started, was all right, I'm going to take my friends and go. All right, I'm leaving Cleveland. I'm going to Miami, and you two guys coming with me. And I'm going to Cleveland, and then I'm going to LA, and you're going to follow me.
I'm in LA,
and Miami, and that changed basketball, and I don't like how Brooklyn's set up.
Yep.
I mean, with Harden going there, and you're like a mercenary. And
whatever team I want to go to, I can do it. So I don't like that.
Garnett, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't think it makes for a good league that way because there's too many have-nots. I mean, because even check out the Suns. It's Booker, Ayton, and I can't think. Chris Paul. But you know what? It's a hell of a lot different than when you're telling me you're going to have. I mean, you got Durant, you've got Kyrie, and you got what's his face, Harden. If they don't win a championship,
there's something wrong if they don't win.
Yeah.
Something totally wrong.
Something's gone terribly wrong, and I don't know if they will though, because they haven't really had to play.
Too many chefs spoil the sauce sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to agree.
It's got to be somebody from the East to win it. You got the Lakers out of the way now, but who knows what's going to happen this year.
Well, I got to tell you something. I had thought that Booker was going to break the record for most points in the first half of a playoff series. I said that I thought Booker had the best half I'd ever seen in my life. And remember in 1987 against the Lakers, one of your favorites probably, Sleepy Floyd.
Yeah.
He had 39 points playing for Golden State back then. Golden State was never good back in the 80s. Sleepy. I like that name.
Yeah.
He got the nickname because he fell asleep on the bench all the time.
Put everybody else to sleep.
Yeah. Sleepy Floyd. So, all right, so you got that. Don't forget Utah, though. Utah's sitting and waiting with Rudy Gobert and Devin Mitchell. Devin Mitchell. I mean, these guys are just superstars, and they're all over the place.
They're up and coming.
Yep, and we got a good, But let's talk now about, we got to go into the East, because the East is already set. And the Knicks got taken out by Atlanta and what's his name there? Trae Young. Philadelphia won their series 4-1 over Washington. There you go. Philadelphia, Atlanta, that starts Sunday at 1 p.m. I can't imagine that goes any more than 6, if that.
I'm liking Philly in this series.
Maybe in 4.
Yes.
Because I think Trae Young is really, really good, but I think they're going to miss. Embiid is too big.
Yeah.
There's another young guy. Forgot about him. Another one. But the other series though is Milwaukee and the Nets. That's going to be good. The Bucks and the Nets.
I'm liking Brooklyn in that one.
You have to, right? It's Saturday at 7:30. I want Milwaukee so bad to win. They swept Miami 4-0, and of course Brooklyn won 4-1. I want Milwaukee so bad to win.
Yes.
And knock Brooklyn out.
Yeah.
And I'm a Knicks fan too, so I do not like Brooklyn. And I don't like how they're built. I don't like anything. I'm just jealous because the Knicks can't do it. But
we're getting there. We're not far behind.
Well, we got to bring friends and family. Yeah. Somehow, now is when they're going to get LeBron, when he's decrepit.
Oh, yeah. And he's 39 years old and done.
When I thought he was going to come, remember the decision?
5 years ago,
No, remember the actual, when he left Cleveland? Yeah, but New York was the other team in that mix. I remember they had split screen.
They're saying his wife didn't want to come to New York or something. That's what
But they live in Akron.
Yeah.
I mean, they got beautiful. I don't know. I mean, good for him. I got to give him credit there that he stays in Akron. That's pretty nice. That's pretty
Small
cool.
towns,
you know, and he's got that huge home, and he kind of still supports that. You know, it's a tough city. I mean, it's like Niagara Falls. You know, it's damaged. It's
50,000 people is all.
And you've lost all your factories and everything, and he stayed. So that's good, but he didn't stay with the Cavs. But he does come back and win a title for the Cavs. I mean, a city that never wins. So I guess you can't complain.
Then when he left the last time, it's like nobody thought he was going to leave. But he left, so.
Yeah, he left. But you know what? He did his job. When you get them a title in Cleveland, that's like getting one in Buffalo. That was like Kawhi getting one in Toronto. I mean, that's a big deal. These people never celebrate championships in these cities.
Not at all.
And so, you know, I remember when everyone was burning LeBron's jersey when he first left. Yeah, I found it funny. Yeah, I know. I got another one.
They didn't really mean what they were
They didn't
doing.
mean it. Yeah, right. They didn't mean it. All right, so we're gonna. What do you think? How many games? I know you think the Nets are gonna win. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee in 7, but that's just wishful thinking. The Nets gonna do it.
I'm taking Brooklyn in 6.
Brooklyn in 7.
Anything Wade on this one?
I want Milwaukee, like you said. I don't like all them chefs. In that whole winning. They're obviously they're trying to buy a championship. I hate that as well. So let's go with Milwaukee with the sweep.
Oh, that'd be great.
Wow.
That would be so
I'd
good.
like that too.
That would put an end to the Nets then. If they got swept. Please, I hope so. Tonight's, though, if you're into the NBA, it's going to be a good one. Clippers, I mean, Clippers Dallas, it's going to be a hell of a game. Really tonight, hockey, I mean, think about it. You got the Yankees Red Sox playing. You're going to have the Canadians Jets in a very high-spirited thing because of what happened to Jake Evans. Someone's going to pay the price for that, even though it's not Scheifele. Someone's going to get beat. There's going to be a fight. There's got to be a response.
If you got all the packages on your satellite, you're going to get like over 24, 30 games to watch.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. You got to love it. Yeah.
Thank God for the packages.
Well, the package. You know what I'm sick of? Speaking of DirecTV and all their packages, the first thing I'm sick of is I hate the fact that the NFL package can only be accessed on DirecTV. That's annoying.
Yes.
Because I cannot stand DirecTV, honestly. Because when I go watch the Leafs play, I'm always stuck with horrible... I can't get the Canadian announcers. So I got to end up watching, some of the worst announcing you'd ever want to hear. Go listen to the announcer, the guy who does the game for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, I've heard them.
I mean, it's not even... I don't know what they're doing. The one guy's yelling hee-haw for Nashville.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell's he doing? I mean, what do you mean hee-haw? I mean, I know it's Nashville,
It's
but...
country.
Right. But, so, yeah, I mean, we got everything going tonight, and...
Sabres guy. We've got that announcer.
Oh, you got... Yeah, Generat. And I think he's... And Robin hates him. Robin hates him.
Yeah.
I don't like him either because I'm not a Sabres fan, but I
You're
know.
Dunleavy fans.
I do like Dan Dunleavy. I think he's good, but he's going to be the guy now because I'm assuming Generat's got to be on his last legs to be in
He's
the thing.
80 years old.
Yeah,
I
I see him all the time on
always
Ontario
liked him.
Avenue. Yeah, I see him on Ontario Avenue all the time. He's in his car that says RJ with the license plates. No, I mean he is. He is.
SUV, right?
Yes, he does. And but I do like Dan Dunleavy's good. You like him? Come on. Who does the games on radio? No, they simulcast, right? Radio and and what are you going to do? Who do you want when they leave? Because John Rat can't be there forever. He's 80. You don't like Dan Dunleavy that much, huh?
I guess I'd have to get used to him.
You'll get used to him. You'll like him. He's fine. He's all right. Yeah, I mean the announcing makes the game in hockey a lot of times.
For sure.
You know what announcing is really takes, and Vin Scully was unbelievable. Baseball. He did baseball with no color analyst, so he would talk to himself. I really like that. I mean, for 80 years he talked to himself at Dodger Stadium or on the road because he'd have to. Because you know how baseball is.
Yeah.
So he would have to tell stories with no one there to react.
Right.
And
Kind of like you did on
Yes, I talk to myself
Talk to
over
yourself.
and over. I've talked to myself for a long time. I mean, I've done that in my. You know what I? You know, I don't. It's ridiculous. But I mean, yeah. But Vin Scully was a. And then sometimes you know it'd be funny. Sometimes they'd put him on NBC in a national game.
He was inspirational to a lot of people.
And then he'd have a color analyst, and it'd be kind of weird to have him. Well, that's like, nowadays I guess Arvin Scully is Joe Buck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not a fan favorite with
no, he's a big Red Sox guy, I think. But and in football, when we think of announcers,
Collinsworth and Al Michaels.
Al Michaels is still a good one, you know. But there's no one left, really. I mean, Madden left, and some are all. He might get old. What are you gonna do?
Tony Romo. I mean,
I want to like him, but sometimes it's a little tough. But I like, and I'm gonna forget his name, and this is a shame. He did the game last night, the basketball game, but he always does football on the radio and sometimes on TV. He's got a great voice, and I'm forgetting his name, and that's a really, really shame. Damn it.
Kind of like Marv Albert.
Yeah, so he's got a Marv Albert voice, and but he does a lot of Westwood One games on the radio.
The guy you're talking about.
And he's really good. But like, I'm not a big fan of the Yankees announcers on radio. I don't like them.
I like them, though.
So you like them. I don't. I don't like them.
I like John Sterling.
See, yeah, and I don't like him. I don't like him or Susie. Right. But I do like...
I like Paul O'Neill a lot on color.
Yeah, he's good. My Singleton was great, too.
Singleton
but
really
unfortunately, he retired now.
Yeah.
Even Flaherty's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want to just have knowledge, passed on to people... passed on to the audience.
Oh, yeah.
By people that played, by people that have that knowledge, And that's why a color analyst...
you got to be around the sport to actually know what you're saying.
Color analysts are important, but man, if I could ever have a chance to do a game, I would love to do it like Vin Scully did. I would love to have no one there. He just sat, and think about that. He sat there at Dodger Stadium. And hours. Yeah, it could be. Think about it. It's like the dog days of summer. It's July 28th against the Reds. And there he is. It's game 2 of a series. And he's just talking.
Talking away.
If you've never heard him, check it out. Even if you just listen to one inning of him. Because he tells stories, but he's yet still telling you, 3-2 pitch, and all that stuff. And,
I miss Mad and Drawn Out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. He was another one with the stories, and did stuff. It was just, I remember and I used to laugh at this, and I kind of got mad because it was the Bears and everything. But I remember him saying about Roger Craig. He goes, I was in the locker room with Roger Craig. I saw him with no clothes on. And I'm like, what's this guy going to say? And he goes, he was very chiseled. And Pat Summerall was like, he said, "Oh well, John, that might have been a little much," and then they move on in the game.
Like they find fans out in the parking lot cooking or something. Bring them on.
Madden loved it. Yeah. No, I miss Madden too. I mean, when you think of some of the greats, he's one of them. Who else was good too? And he was always doing SEC games. Robin Vern Lundquist.
Oh yeah.
Vern Lundquist was good, and he did basketball. And he did all that stuff. Yep. And he was really good. I love this because this was my life basically as a kid because I wasn't good enough to play. Well, I played, but I was never. I knew at a real early age that nothing was going to happen. I like him.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
I like him. He used to make any game big and all that. And I used. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I like that Rafferty. Bill Rafferty.
Oh yeah.
He's always with a kiss or whatever he says on the back.
I was a Howard Cosell fan back in the day.
Oh yeah, he was something else.
Andy Don.
Yeah. That was my real childhood. But I spent a lot of time just wanting to be like them because I knew I couldn't be like the players because it wasn't going to happen. There was nothing I could do. I could try as hard as I want. It wasn't going on.
Not at all.
So I'd emulate the guys that are announcing it. And it's cool. But anyways, we got to wrap it up here. That was a great show, guys.
Yeah.
Sports, fun.
Great fun hour talking sports again.
Yeah. But anyways, enjoy the games this weekend. It is the best time of the year in a lot of ways.
Have a few beers, get some wings, watch sports.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's what Buffalo's all about.
Yeah, Buffalo. Come on, man. They're just in France.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just joking, John. You're right. Anyhow, take it easy, everybody.
Have a great night.
Have a good weekend.
We'll see you next Friday.